Hello, my good children. Greetings to all of you. You're most welcome to our online lesson. My name is Mwanda Hamid, and I'm going to take you through mathematics in our first lesson. So, my good children, I hope you are there at home doing everything that you are supposed to do as directed by the Ministry of Health. We are going to begin with a new topic as where we stopped from a certain topic, so I will not go back there. Now we are going to begin with a new topic, and this topic is algebra. Now, what do we do here in algebra? First of all, we should know the meaning of the word algebra. What does it mean? My good children, algebra means the use of symbols or letters to represent numbers. Now, when you go to some other levels, we shall say is the mathematical system of using letters or symbols to represent numbers. Now, when we talk about letters or symbols to represent numbers, what do we mean? If I have 5, just take for example, plus 2 equals to 7. These are all numbers, and this one here is called an algebraic expression, or it is called an equation or algebraic expression. Now, what do we do in algebra? We can decide to remove this and put there a symbol, like a box. So we are using this symbol to represent a certain number, and that's what we do in algebra. Now, what are we required to do? After using this symbol to represent a number, we shall now be required to find which number is represented by that symbol. Now, we said in the meaning that it is the use of letters or symbols. Now, I've given you an example of a symbol, but we can have also a letter. Maybe I put there R. So what do? We have used a letter to represent a certain number. So that is what we do in algebra. Now, this is how we are going to do it. We are going to move like this. Our first lesson is filling in the missing number. And I have question 1. Fill in the missing number. So our first example is here. 1. I have a box plus 3 equals to 7. So what do we call this one? This is called an algebraic expression. It is called an algebraic expression. Now, what do we do? I have a box plus 3 equals to 7. And what is the question telling me? Fill in the missing number. But we cannot fill in the missing number before finding it. So what are we going to do? We are going to solve. We are going to solve to find the number for the box, and we have to follow all the steps. Now, before we begin on our solving, I remember in P2 and P1, we had something like this, similar to this, and we were saying box plus this. Now, why do we have to identify, first of all, which operation sign is used in the algebraic expression? Now, for this case, our operation sign is plus. Okay? Now, when we have plus, we solve or we find the missing number by introducing what we shall call sometime additive inverse. But I can easily say the opposite. We can use that simple language. The opposite of plus 3. Remember in P2, we talked about this. We said plus moves with minus. Then the other two operation symbols also move together. That means if we have plus in our algebraic expression, we shall solve it using minus. So we introduce what we call additive inverse of plus 3. So what is the additive inverse of plus 3? Will be minus 3. Now, where do we put it? As you are working out, here you will maintain your box. Then, because you are going to introduce the additive inverse of this as you are solving, we shall say equals to 7 is there. And now, instead of writing it, this 3 is crossing to go and solve and find the number that is supposed to be in the box. So when 3 crosses, instead of plus, it will now change to minus. So we use minus to solve an equation that has plus. Now when the 3 crosses, it will come and changes to minus. So we shall have a box equals 7 take away 3. Now, what is the next step? The next step, our box will remain here equals to, now we find the answer. What is 7 take away 3? Very quickly, what is 7 take away 3? 7 take away 3 is 4. So after that, now, if we have got our box equals to 4, meaning the number, the missing number here is 4. So if you want to prove, you can get this plus this and you see if you can get 7. I think we can get that. Now, if we can get that, we come and fill in. Why? The question is saying fill in the missing number. Then after calculating, we have got the number, we have finished to put it there. Get your ruler and smartly underline your work. Underline your work. Very good. I want to go to another example. We are moving here. Number 2. I have a box plus 5 equals to 9. So what shall we have there? A box plus 5 equals to 9. So my dear children, we are going to find the missing number, the number that is supposed to be in a box, and we add it to 5 such that we get 9. But remember what I told you in the beginning. When we have an algebraic expression that has plus, we shall solve it using minus, and we introduce the additive inverse of the number that is there. Plus 5, so we shall change this one. When it crosses the sign, it will change to minus 5. I think we are moving well. So what shall we have here? We shall have a box. So we leave this because we are going to make it cross the other side. When you go to other levels, there are some other steps there, but for us, we shall say equals to 9. Now, this 5 is crossing the other side, so it finds there 9 already. Now, when it crosses, this sign here is going to change to minus. So we shall say, take away 5. Then what shall we get? We shall remain with a box equals to, what is 9? Take away 5. So 9 take away 5, we shall get 4. So we have got here 4, here 4. Don't think all answers will bring 4. They can bring different results depending on the numbers. I think you are following. So after getting 4, what shall we do? We go back to our question. What is it telling us? Fill in the missing number. So after getting our 4, we shall come here and fill in. Then after that, you get your ruler, and because we need very, very smart work, get our ruler and underline and close your work very, very smartly. I'm giving the very, very last example. Then after this example, I'm going to give you one number to try, and we see the answer you are going to get. Number 3, I have a box plus 7 equals to 15. A box plus 7 equals to 15. So what are we going to do here? We are still going to solve the same way. We have plus, so what are we going to bring? Minus. because minus is the one that solves plus. So what is our first step here? You'll have your box maintained, then equals to, so the first number that is there will be still the first here. This is 15. Now, we are changing this operation, and this 7 is now crossing. What is our bridge? This equal sign is now working as our bridge. So the 7 is jumping, crossing the bridge. And when the 7 crosses the bridge, the sign will change. So it will be here, take away 7. Now, my good children, when you look at this number here, is different from this. I think you can notice the difference. This is a 2-digit number, and this one was 1-digit number. So when we get n work with 2 digits, we can't just write the answer. What do? We shall come near here and put part of work. So what are we going to do in our part of work? We are going to write 15 and subtract vertically. 15 and take away vertically. Because this number is, it has 2 digits. It is a 2-digit number. So I can't say 15 take away 7 and I get the answer unless I subtract vertically. So we are subtracting. You remember what we said when we are subtracting? We begin from place value 1s. So what is 5 take away 7? 5 is small, but we regroup. Okay? So what are we going to regroup? We come to 1 and get 1. It has 1, so we remain with 0 here. Then our 1 will come here and we have 15. So what is 15 take away 7? This is 8. And 0 take away 0 will remain 0. So we shall not come here to write 0, 8. 0 will stop here because 0, 8 means 8. When you say 0, 8, it is the same as 8. So we don't need to write it. We shall just come here and say our box equals to 8. So after getting the answer, what shall we do? We go to our question. What is it saying? Fill in the missing number. So we shall come here and fill in. And how do you prove? Get 8, add 7, and you see if you will get 15. Now the answer you get here, if you add and fail to get this one, meaning it means your answer is wrong. So we are done with that, and we shall now come and put the finishing line. We double underline smartly, very, very smartly, like that. Now, we have learned the work. I hope you have understood everything. Now, I want to leave you with this activity here. There are not many numbers. Try them, and we shall see how to mark them. I want to stop there. Thank you for learning. Don't forget the directives from the Ministry of Health. Wash your hands, wear a mask, don't move to many places, don't be with many people, and do everything to be safe. Thank you.